You got really tiny hands, you know that? Hey guys, Obtuse Lolcat back with more Let's Play Dark Souls. And in between this episode and the last one, I made a decision. Instead of saving that soul of a hero for a rainy day, like I was planning to, I'm just going to go ahead and use it right now and get the 10 green Titanite shards that I want. Because, you know, right now I've got 8. They cost 5,000 each, so if this gives me 10,000 souls, I can get another 2. And now I've got 10.
Go along, try and make something of yourself. But nothing will come of it. And I should know.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do now is fall off the ledge. Wonderful. I was looking at my notes there. Sorry. What we're gonna do now is go do a couple of other things around here at the top of Sen's Fortress before taking on the area boss. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head on over here and take out that lovely armored guy over there. Remember this guy? Well, it's not the same guy, but this is a Tower Knight like the one we faced in what was it? Oh yeah, the Undead Parish earlier. And this one's got a mace, and if you're not careful that can do some pretty intense damage to you. It's just got no healing. That's not cool. If you don't have a shield with high stability like I do, then you might get laid out by it. But with a little turtling and some sorceries, he's not that hard. And if you keep on heading over here, you can climb down this ladder and face another guy who is also fond of turtling. Yes, this guy, his name is Ricard. Ricard. Will you use a bow? What? That's, yeah. But as you can see, he likes to fight in narrow spaces, using a bow and, yeah, a rapier. And if you're careful, he'll probably riposte you, but honestly, there's not that much risk of him actually doing that. He's using a buckler. Yeah, my turtling tactics are working very well for me. And that is Ricard. And for killing him, you get his rapier. I'm pretty sure it's Ricard. I don't know, is it Ricard? I really have no idea. I don't think anybody ever actually says his name. So let's smash some pots and pick up that treasure he was guarding. A rare ring of sacrifice. Cool. And a divine blessing. Also very cool. That rare ring of sacrifice, basically the way it works is you put that on. Did I explain the ring of sacrifice already? I don't know, but it's basically the ring of sacrifice but better. You put it on, and if you die while wearing it, you don't lose any souls, you don't lose any humanity, and with the rare ring, if you get cursed and that's how you die while you're wearing it, then it also breaks the curse for you, so that's pretty nice. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and head on back to the bonfire and turn human, and then we're going to go ahead and take out the area boss. And that will be it for Sen's Fortress. This is quite the area. Love this area. So let's drop on down the bonfire here. I'm going to turn human, and I will meet you back in front of the boss door. Alright, here we are, right in front of the boss door. But if you head on out this way, go across this bridge, you find a couple of things. First off, there's a lovely view. Just look at that. Look at that. See the Tower Knight down there, but if you look carefully over there, you can see that's the Undead Parish. That's where we fought the gargoyles, went up that little building there, and rung the bell right there. So that is really cool. You got some continuity between areas here. Oh, that's spoilerific. Yeah, if you look over here, there's Mr. Area Boss right there. I'm not sure what kind of pose he's holding, but so yeah, you can see the area boss here. That is the Iron Golem. And let's see, up there. Do you see that? That is a very low-res version of an area that we will see much later in the game. And if you look up there, see some massive walls protecting a giant walled city, a legendary city, which we will also see pretty soon, actually. In a few episodes, probably. A couple or a few. But if you head on in here, there's some furniture to smash, and there's also an NPC summon sign for Black Iron Tarkus. Iron Tarkus this is really his only appearance in the whole game, but he is very much loved by the community, just because he's, you know, an adorable ball of fuzz. He's using a great sword and full black iron and a black iron great shield, if that's what it's called. I can't remember. And he's partially famous because there's this really great video of somebody live streaming taking on the Iron Golem, and he has Iron Tarkus summon, and basically he sits back and he lets Tarkus do all the work, and Tarkus actually staggers the Golem and knocks him off the cliff to instant kill him. And then the host just like screams over and over again, Tarkus, Tarkus, and he just keeps on screaming his name. So, yeah, what are you doing, Tarkus? Alright, let's go ahead and get in there. For this fight, why do I have a Divine Blessing equipped? That's weird. For this fight, I'm not gonna bother kindling the bonfire, because I mean I got the help of the most skillful player in the game, Iron Tarkus, and I don't know, it's not super necessary to kindle a bonfire for this one. So, let's go, boss time. This is the Iron Golem. Now once you head on in here, the first thing he's gonna do is that little power attack, and normally you're not really at risk to get hit by it. He just sends out a little wave from his axe there. But you should charge in with your shield up anyways, just in case he does actually hit you. So I'm gonna let Tarkus be a meat shield for me, and I'm gonna Tarkus, be careful! Oh wow, look at that, look at that! See, that attack would have done more than half of my health, and Tarkus, it did about a 20th of his health. Okay, that's a generous estimation, but it did very little damage to him. And yes, if you see up there, there's those pots filled with fire that I talked about in the last episode. If you haven't killed the guy who throws those, he will be throwing those at you during the fight, which is very annoying. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. We're good. Funny story about this. I was fighting the Iron Golem on a different character yesterday, and it actually took me like 3 tries because it wasn't a matter of skill. It wasn't me being bad at the game. I'm pretty good at this game, and I've played through it like 10 times, so I rarely die at these bosses anymore, but I died 3 times against him yesterday on a melee build because I kept on getting knocked off the cliff. Eventually I just summoned Tarkus and another friend, and we just destroyed him together. But there we go, that is the Iron Golem. For killing him, we get the core of an Iron Golem. That's another soul item, like the soul of Quelaag, remember? And that can make a couple marginally useful strength-based weapons. And 40,000 souls, which I plan to spend on getting myself some new sorceries. And if this Ring of Light here shows up right after you beat him, this will take you into that legendary ancient walled city of the gods that I was talking about earlier. That's called Anor Londo. But I've got some things that I want to do first, including upgrading my Uchi at long last, picking up some new sorceries, and there's actually a whole area that I'm going to do, a whole side area, to pick up some unique sorceries that aren't really for combat, but are pretty fun to use. So I'm going to use that shortcut that I activated earlier, and I'm going to head on down to Firelink Shrine, all the way down there, and I'm gonna meet you guys there. Alright, we're back at the lovely Firelink Shrine, home at last. And if we head on over here to where Griggs was earlier, there's a new person here. Recognize that big hat?
There you are. I was expecting you. As promised, I will share my sorceries.
Yay! So, the new sorceries that he has for us are, well, the ones that are most notable, at least, are Soul Spear and Homing Soul Mass. And well, they're 40,000 for Soul Spear, 20,000 for Homing Soul Mass, and I only have 47,000 souls right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Soul Spear, and I will eventually get enough souls for Homing Soul Mass, and I'll come back and pick that up before heading back up to Sen's Fortress.
Speak to me again to further your knowledge.
Okay. Sup, Griggs? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on down to Rickert and finally upgrade my Uchigatana to magic. So I will see you guys down in the New Londo Ruins. And here we are, back in the New Londo Ruins. Sup, buddy? Let's head on down to Rickert and get ourselves a magic weapon.
Hello. What weapons have you brought?
I brought my Uchigatana. So, let's go ahead and make this Uchigatana +5 to the magic Uchigatana. Do that through the Modify Equipment menu, and then if you head on down to Reinforce Weapon, we can upgrade it further. All the way up to +5. And as you can see, I have exactly enough shards. I planned this out quite well.
Goodbye then. Keep your head on out there.
I'll do my best. Alright, so now we have a magic Uchigatana +5. And the advantages of a magic weapon for a sorcerer is that look at the parameter bonuses. It scales with intelligence now. Although it's C scaling, it does scale with intelligence as well as D with dexterity still. So my base damage is 341. Not bad. Not bad at all. With our lightning spear, I think, yeah, it was 320. 160 physical, 160 lightning. But that also has no scaling at all. So, for me, the magic Uchigatana is a very, very good choice. And there's even another upgrade past magic that makes it scale even better with intelligence that I will be going for pretty soon. But for now, 221. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. Get up, you fool. Yep. So, what I'm going to do now is what am I going to do now? Oh yes, I'm going to head on over to that bonfire by Andre. The bonfire right outside of Sen's Fortress, because that is near the next area that I want to go to. I'll meet you guys back there. Another thing, before I meet you guys back at that bonfire, after you beat Sen's Fortress, this guy shows up. This is quite possibly one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in a video game, and the first time I saw him, I was immensely creeped out and kind of disgusted. This is Frampt, the primordial serpent.
Was it you who rang the bell?
He has really gross teeth, and he also has a really gross habit of clacking those teeth together while he talks and just like absent-mindedly chewing and making really gross noises. He's a pretty cool guy.
To elucidate your fate, do you seek such enlightenment?
Sure, enlighten me.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn.
Wait,
so
really?
that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead.
That sounds
To
pretty
this
cool.
end, you must visit Anor Londo.
Oh, Anor Londo!
And acquire
That's the
Lord
walled
Vessel.
city that I was looking at. So I gotta go there and get this Lord
I am
Vessel thing.
pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
But yes, now that he's here, he has some interesting options. You can feed him items and Titanite stuff, and if you feed him Titanite stuff, he will convert it into... well, if you feed him like a Titanite slab, he'll convert it into the lower form. So he basically takes it down one level. So if you feed him a slab, he'll convert it into chunks. If you feed him a chunk, he'll convert it into large shards. If you feed him large shards, he'll convert it down into shards. And you get multiples for... Like if I gave him a Titanite slab, I wouldn't just get one chunk. Even though it says got a Titanite chunk, it actually gives you more than one. I think you get like 3. I don't really use this feature that often. But if you go to feed him items, you could feed him stuff for souls. And it's generally not that good, but there are certain things that he likes. And the Soul of Quelaag, if you give it to him, instead of using it yourself, he gives you 10,000 souls for it instead of the 8,000 that you would normally get. The Core of an Iron Golem, I'm pretty sure you get more than 8,000 normally, so don't sell that to him. But if you want to feed him the Soul of Quelaag, that's not a bad idea, actually. And I think I'm going to do that, since the Chaos Blade and the Quelaag's Fury Sword, they're hardcore melee weapons, and I'm just going to be sticking with my Magic Uchigatana. If you want to try those weapons out yourself, go ahead, keep the Soul of Quelaag, and just give them a try, actually. They're pretty good weapons. When I said the Chaos Blade was like totally not useful at all, I completely take that back. I actually tried using it with a build that had a decent amount of dexterity, and it scales B with dex. It can do like mid 400s of just pure physical damage and also bleeds. It's actually a really good weapon choice. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell him the Soul of Quelaag for 10,000. Because remember that Soul Spear that I bought? It requires 36 intelligence, and I actually only have 34 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and level up that a couple times with these souls that I'm getting. Let's see, is there anything else? Nah, there's really not anything else worth me selling, so
Farewell,
thanks, Frampt.
chosen undead.
You're really disgusting, but you're
remain
moderately
here
useful, I guess.
And await thee.
So, let's, I'm gonna go ahead and see how many times I can level up my intelligence, and then I will meet you at Andre's bonfire. Let's see. Oh, so close. Well, I'll kill some stuff on the way to Andre, maybe that'll get me enough souls. Nope, not quite enough. I need 9,500, I've only got about 7,900, oh well. I'll get it soon. So, the next place I want to head to, hey Andre, is past Andre, through here. Just keep on heading past the Titanite Demon place, and we are heading to the Darkroot Garden, and then to the Darkroot Basin. If you remember that Crest of Artorias that Andre had for 20,000 souls, I am going to pick that up pretty soon. Once I get enough souls, that is. So, Blooming Purple Moss Clump, cool, if only this were before I had done Blighttown. But yes, this is Darkroot Garden. If you keep on heading on this way, you will see even more tree people, and you will eventually get to a bonfire, behind a hidden wall, of course. And that will they'll give you an area there to use your... Actually, I'm going to head that way. Just watch. Oh, he dropped a blood red moss clump for me. So if you keep on heading over this way, you'll see this tree guy in the ground right here. Yes, that's one of them. Hey, why couldn't I damage you? Careful now. There we go. And there's an item hidden behind this rock here. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Cool. And see that shiny door over there, the thing with the glowing thing? That is where you use the Crest of Artorias, that 20,000 soul item that you buy from Andre. You roll through that wall there and you find this bonfire. I don't quite have enough souls to level up yet. But if you head on over this way, you can find an entirely new area with a new boss in it too. And this is quite clearly a trap. It would be to your advantage to learn how to pick out the fake bushes, the ones that are actually these tree people, from the normal greenish bushes. The best way I can tell you is just look for, if they have like a sort of bluish purple hint in their leaves, then that means that they are one of the Ents and not not just a bush. So yeah. But now I have enough souls to well, enough souls and soul items to get my intelligence up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Gain the ability to use soul spears. Soul spears are one of my favorite sorceries in this game. They're very, very useful. So I'm going to go ahead and attune that. Where is it? There we go. Soul spear. Don't need fall control anymore. Or remedy, that's what I got rid of, not fall control. But as you can see, you only get 4 uses. But it is extremely powerful and it has a very fast cast time. See? It killed that bush pretty well. So, next time, we are going to head on through that area, take on a boss. Well, if you can even call it a boss, it's a pretty weak boss. But, I digress. We're going to head on through that area, take on the boss, get us some more souls, and head on down to the Darkroot Basin and do a whole bunch of forest-related stuff. So, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. This has been Obtuse Lolcat. Goodbye.